Good afternoon. It's cold, it's damp, it's miserable out. It's like 29 degrees. But I was a little bored, so I took out, these are some of the self bows that I made this year. Bought a couple of board bows, rawhide back. I have hop hornbeam. I have black locust. I have hickory. I have thicker, safe designs, thinner, speed designs. And what we're going to do today is we're going to take a couple of shots with them through the chronograph and see how they compare. So first I'm going to look for the little bit heavier bows, heavier weight bows, and I got actually four different arrows. I have for hunting the vintage Black Eagle 500s, 30 inches, and they got 160 grains tip, and it's a total of 527 grains. Okay, so those are going to be for the hunting type arrows, for the hunting bows. I'm sorry, it's cold out here. I'm reading off I have a cheat sheet taped to the stand here. So those black vintage are for my hunting arrows. They're going to be for like 40 and above pound bows. Anything less, we're going to try the gold tip Velocity 600, the gold tip Hunter 500s for a couple of them if they're faster. And I have the really light gold tip 700s. So I'll try and pick and see what I'm going to shoot with through the chronograph. Okay, the first bow is a rawhide back hickory board bow. That's 42 pounds at 26 inches. And we're going to shoot that vintage Black Eagle arrows that are 527 grains. They're 500 spine. (135 feet per second). Now this is a board bow that's rawhide backed, and it's a pretty thick, sturdy limb design. So that's about right. 135. I'm going to shoot another one down there. $129, okay? So just to give you an idea, I didn't expect these board bows that have a wider limb that are backed with rawhide to be fast. But to give you an idea, that's what we got. I'm going to grab the next bow. Okay, this is a 47-pound hop hornbeam fire hardened bow I named Big Hump because I had a big hump on a limb. And we're going to see how it shoots the Black Eagle arrows. $133. So these big limb bows, regardless if they're rawhide backed or not, they're shooting pretty similar. Around the 40-pound plus range. 133. Okay, and then we're going to grab the next one up. Hop hornbeam, thick, safe limb. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. We have another fire-hardened hickory bow that's 64 inches, and this one has a narrower limb design. Let's see if it makes much of a difference. I'm going to shoot those heavy hunting arrows out of it. $137. It's like 5 feet per second faster with the narrower limbs. Let me shoot another one. $135. So the thinner limb design does give you a few feet per second faster. How important does the feet per second matter when it comes to hunting? I think shot placement is more important. But just to give you an idea, it is, like 3-4 feet per second faster than a thicker limb design, okay? Grab the next bow. Okay, up next we have a Osage bow that I built. This was my Christmas bow. This is when I first started. I made a recurve with big recurve ends. And as I was starting to tiller it, I realized that it was just too big of a curve. I had a 7.5-inch radius jig, and I wound up cutting the limbs shorter and shaping it. And it became a 40-pound at 26-inch recurve. So we're going to see how fast the Black Eagles are out of this one. See how much faster, if a recurve is faster. So the last bow with the thinner limb design, that was a little more weight, was 135. Let's see how much this is. We got an error. Let me clear it. Shoot again. $134. All right, so because it's 5 pounds less, it's shooting faster. I would say this is shooting faster than a thin limb design because it's only 40 pounds. The other bow was more weight. Okay, so this is a faster design with the Osage. And then we're going to grab the next bow. Keep in mind, all those bows I shot were hunting weight bows with a heavy arrow. So you don't expect the speed to be like really fast with a heavy arrow. That was shooting the vintage Black Eagles that were 527 grains. Okay, now we're going to bows that are like 34.5 to 37 pounds. And these are what I call my 3D bows, because that's like my favorite 3D weight, okay? So what I'm going to be shooting out of these here, we're going to shoot the lighter ones. We're going to shoot some gold tip Entrada 700s, and we're going to shoot some gold tip 600s, and we're going to shoot some gold tip 500s out of this. So what I have here to start off with is a 64-inch fire hardened hop hornbeam bow. This is hop hornbeam. Okay, thick, safe design for the limbs. Okay, I've had problems with the hop hornbeam, so I made a little thicker design when I was making these, and it shoots good. All right, we're going to see what this shoots, how this shoots. Okay, so let's start with the light arrows. The 700 spine Entradas we'll start with. That said 212 feet per second. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's take another one. Somehow that sounds just a little bit too fast. All right, 146. I'm going to reshoot this again. This is a 35-pound black locust called My Poison. I don't know if you remember the story or not, but the dust got to me, and I actually poisoned myself with the black locust dust. I had to go to the doctor to walk in, and she confirmed it. She says, yeah, you poisoned yourself with the black locust. Well, I just strung this up now, and I heard a little creak in it. Well, let's see. Hopefully it don't blow apart on me, but if it does, I heard a creak. All right? We're going to start with the 700 spine Entradas, and this is 35 by 26. $141. This has that narrow, skinny limb design. That narrow limb design that I've been using really makes these arrows kick out of these bows. $145. Now we're going to try some 600 spine velocities. And these 600 spine velocities are 281 grains. $140. Now we're going to try a 500 spine Hunter. And the 500 spine Hunter is 322 grains. $136. Okay, it's a quick little bow and it didn't blow apart. This is my poison. I'm glad it didn't because I kind of like this bow. I kind of like it because it almost poisoned me. Okay, now we're going to move on to another bow. Okay, this is my Christmas bow. I made it this Christmas. 12-25-24. It's 63.5 inches. It's a fire-hardened hickory with that narrow limb design. And I think it's a pretty quick bow. But we're going to see what the chronograph says. We're going to start with the 700 spines. It actually likes shooting the 500 spine Hunters better. But we're going to go through these just for the speed. $156. I knew this was smoking. This was smoking, this one. $156. $150. So we're going to even it out, call it like 153. Now we got the 600 spines. 600 spine velocities. Those gold tip entradas were 272 grains. These velocities now are 281 grains. $156. $151. They're really smoking. It's really smoking hot. So now it seems to like these 500s as far as tuning goes, and these 500s are 322 grains. 322 grains. They're a little heavier than the velocities. So let's see what kind of speed I get out of it. But for 3D, it seems to like these 500 spines, a little heavier arrow. $147. All right, so this limb design on this fire-hardened hickory bow that's only 35 pounds is smoking hot. All right, just for the heck of it, I'm going to shoot one of these heavy arrows out of it and see what I get. All right, this is a ridiculously heavy arrow for a 35-pound bow. It's a Black Eagle. That's 527 grains. $126, and that makes sense. It's only a 35-pound bow, but I had to see. All right, next up, we'll get the next bow. Okay, this is a rawhide backed, big wide limb. Okay, this is another bow I made early on. Safe bow with rawhide backing, big wide limb. It's a hickory board bow. It's 34.5 pounds at 28 inches. Okay, and we're going to see how this shoots. All right, this will probably be a slug compared to the rest of them, but we got to see. We're going to shoot the lightweight. This is probably the arrow I would shoot out of this. Lightweight 700 spine entradas. And, you know, these are really lightweight arrows. They're 372 grains. Let's clear this out. $140. Actually, not bad. The fire-hardened hickory bows, regardless, are a little faster. But this here board bow isn't too far behind. At 35 pounds, it's 144. Let's try the 600s. $143. Try another 600. 142. Okay, they're all around the same range. We got 2 more bows to try. This is a really safe bow, one of the first ones I made, rawhide back, and it's really not bad. 66, 34.5 pounds. It's got a heavier limb design, okay? Okay, this is the recurve that I made with the big recurve tips that when I got done tillering it, and no longer had big curved tips, put a lot of pressure on these wide limb design that I made. Okay, this is a recent video, okay? And it really stressed out the limbs, but it held together. So it's a fire hardened hickory recurve. I believe it came out to like 30 pounds. I'm going to pull it back and tell you what it is when I string it, because I really don't remember. Okay, I'm going to tell you what this is. Make sure it's all strung up correctly. All right, I brought the scale out because I didn't remember what this one was, what it came out to be. And again, this was one with the big curves that really stressed out the limbs, took the back set out. This is came out to 35 pounds, okay? At my draw length, 26.5. Let me go get those arrows and we're going to do a little shooting. Okay, we're going to start with the 700 spine and trotters out of this recurve. And once again, these here are 272 grains. You clear this out. $158. Boy, I hope that's true. $154. Those 700s are kicking out of this fire-hardened hickory. I'm telling you, the fire-hardening the hickory bows, the raw bows, this was a live tree. All of those bows that I made were live trees this year. And it's kicking them out. $254 for a recurve, 35 pounds. And this is even messed up, all right? This one was a little messed up with the big curves, all right? But you can tell the tiller's okay. All right, now I'm going to shoot the 600s just to see. These 600 velocities are 281 grains. That can't be right. Okay, let me clear it. I got 217. That's certainly not right. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. I clear it out. Let's see what this comes up with. $158. $158. Well, fire-hardened hickory recurve, though they're a pain in the neck to get the limb straight and all, it's kicking them out there. $258. Got a 500. We're going to send the 500 down. The 500 Hunter is 322 grains. Let's see what we get out of that. $152. Fast bow. Very impressed, very surprised, shocked how fast this is. Okay, we're going to get the next bow. It'll be the last bow, and I'll talk about it. Okay, this is the last recurve that I made with smaller curves. How I told you, you know, you're better off with a smaller curve than a larger curve. The limbs actually have a little back set in it when I take off the string. And you shouldn't make little skinny tips like this. This happened to be a stave I had, a longbow stave that I decided to recurve. But you really don't want recurves with little limbs. This limb, as you pull it back, torques, and after I shoot, the string will be over to the right. I did everything I could, removed material from the opposite side. I heat treated, I steamed it, and the last thing I did was heat temper it, to make sure that it took the set after I played around with it. And now I'm going to shoot it, but I want to tell you how many pounds it is because I did remove a little weight. This is 43 pounds. This is kicking it. This is 43 pounds. So since this is 43 pounds, I'm going to start off with that heavy arrow. I'm going to start off with that vintage Black Eagle. That's 527 grains, and we're going to see how that shoots. "140 feet per second. 140 feet per second. It's actually pretty quick with that little limb design. And let's just show you the string. The string is ever so slightly over. So slightly. I think I got it just about corrected. I'm going to shoot one more. .138. This is kicking it out pretty fast. And since it's a heavier weight bow, I'm only going to shoot the 500 out of it now and see what kind of speed we get with that 500 spine. The 500 spine Hunter is 322. And the ones we shot, the Black Eagle, were 527, right? It's almost like 100 grain difference. Let's see what kind of speed we get out of this. I'll clear it just for this one. Okay, let's see. Can't be right. All right, I got to get it and shoot this again with the 500 spine. Okay, we're going to shoot that 500 spine again through this recurve. .165. Okay, I'm going to shoot it one more time. Let me go get the arrow. I thought there was a mistake before, but maybe it's just a really fast bow. .168. It is smoking fast. And the limb is staying. The last thing I did was I had steamed it, straightened it. I had tempered it. I heated it up with the heat gun. And then I did something crazy too. I took a torch and I kept the torch away and really heated it. I know the heat got through. I had a spray bottle with water just in case it caught on fire, but I really heated it so it got into the wood. Not to scorch it, to burn it, but I really got it hot. And I think that tempered it. I think I got it. I could actually take this little thin limb bow hunting. It's really quick, really quick. Matter of fact, I got those 500 eagles, those 500 Black Eagles here. I'm going to shoot another one. This little thin limb bow, now that I got it straightened out, it may be a hunting bow for me. Crazy skinny tips, though. Don't do that. Stick to a wider limb design. .137. Let's do another one. .134. All right, crazy fast. .134. I'll have to, just wanted to do this little test with you today, just show you all these bows I made, what the speeds are, what does it mean, what does it all boil down to? Okay, wider limb bows that are safer are a little slower, but they're safer. Wider limb bows that are rawhide back, they're even slower, but even more safer. This thin limb design that I have on longbows that are fire hardened, they're just kicking it. They're crazy fast, okay? It's a good design. You know, fire hardening is the way to go. I would suggest that if you're interested in fire hardening, all these bows that I showed you, with the exception of the board bows, were all live trees this past year. All live. And they were shaped and fire hardened and tilled. And I would suggest that you look at go to Shannon Outdoors and buy his fire hardening video. And also look at his videos online on tillering. He called me, I spoke to him, and he helped me out with the tillering. And when you till all these bows with a yardstick, you can really make a big difference in your tillering. Get a nice even bend, and the flat spots will jump right out to you, right out at you with a ruler, okay, with a yardstick. You can see all the curves. You want a mirror image on each side and nice bend. And you're able to do that when you till it with a yardstick. So thanks for watching. It's freezing out here. Why am I out here on such a cold day with all this wood and these bows and the chronograph? I think I'm a little out of my mind, but I was bored. So, all right, thanks for watching. Watch my other videos on Barebow Joe. But the skinnier limb designs are faster. The thicker limb designs are safer. The rawhide back are almost bulletproof, but they're even a little slower. But, you know, you'll have a bow that'll last a long, long time. Thanks for watching. Watch my other videos on Barebow Joe. Every day that you wake up is a great day. Get out, make a bow, and shoot.